What's up, guys? I'm making this video today because I want to push home one message, and that is spend your time doing the things that you love or being involved with the things that you love being involved around or with. Yes, today is a really cool day. My Spotify playlist network just went over 20,000 followers. And I hate making these numbers videos because I feel like nobody wants to hear about my numbers, right? But again, the point of this whole thing is this video is to spend your time doing the things that you love. And I really, really love music. Ever since I was a kid, I've been so passionate and obsessed with music. I'm now 48 years old, and I've been obsessed with music since I was at least 16, maybe 13 or 14, maybe 8. Maybe the first time that my mom came home with a Queen LP, and my sister and I and my brother, we put that little single, so a vinyl record, on a record player in our living room in Panama, New York, a little town where I grew up. We would listen to that song every day. Another One Bites the Dust. Over and over and over again. And to me, when I would listen to that vinyl record spinning on the record player, I was just like, what is that? And I want to be in that. I want to live in that world. And it was that classic bass line. Don't, 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 don't. For Another One Bites the Dust. I was just like hooked, and then I would just go on to get hooked on. And my first cassette tape was Duran Duran. But then the collection grew, right, into like Michael Jackson's Thriller and Quiet Riot and who knows what else. But then slowly my obsession grew until in high school I got really into Led Zeppelin and then even rap and hip hop. And when I was a kid, my grandpa, he used to have a van, and when we were in the back of the van, we used to listen to Willie Nelson and John Denver. I love John Denver. So music has been my obsession for like a long time. And in college, I got really into jam bands like Fish and the Grateful Dead and the Allman Brothers, and more folk stuff too, like James Taylor and Paul Simon and Bob Dylan. And I really started doing my research as a musician and as a curator. That's what I'm trying to put home right now. Message I'm trying to say is I've been spending my life living with music for a long, long time, pretty much my entire life. And how does this relate to my playlist that I have on Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube? Before growing these playlists to the point where I have now, and we'll get to what those playlists are. I'm going to go through those and how you can get on my playlist if you're a musician, or how you can listen to them if you're just a music fan. I started growing these playlists in 2018, and it's now 2024, so that's 6 years of long, stable growth. And I really feel like before 2018, I spent so much of my time listening to, enjoying, sometimes critiquing music over the last 40 years that it really makes me qualified to be able to do this job as a playlist curator. I'm a playlist curator on Submit Hub, Playlist Push, Sound Campaign, and Groover. And if you're a new website, hit me up. But my playlists are on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. You can find all my stuff. We'll get into that here soon. But yeah, 40 years of listening to and enjoying music. I love music and hanging out in that world. Like writing it, recording it, playing it live, listening to it. Like it's my whole thing. So, yeah, it just feels good. Anyway, let's get more specifically to my playlists. My music and my musical history as a musician is mostly in the Americana world. So I used to be in touring bands that played the festivals and the colleges and the bars and the restaurants and the city events and you name it, we played it. And I still do now. I have two sides of my career. I've got Kev Rowe and Friends, my band project, and then just me, Kev Rowe, the solo acoustic musician. So I still do shows. But Americana music is kind of the genre. But I love all kinds of music. Like Michael Jackson when I was 10 years old, that's straight up pop music. And I love great production. So I love anything that has these three things. I've mentioned it before in other videos. Great production value, great performances, and great stories. Those are the three things that I look for in songs. And my playlists on Spotify are all over the place. My most popular playlist is right here. It's called Coffee Songs. It's got 9,286 followers right now, and it's growing every day. But I've been growing that playlist since 2018. So, you know, it only had a couple hundred playlists back in 2018, and it's just grown and grown and grown, and people have found it. Or I've put more advertising dollars into it, or I've told more of my friends about it. I mean, it's grown from all these different channels, different people. But Coffee Songs is really more about singer-songwriters. Singer-songwriters, a little bit of folk, a little bit of indie folk, a little bit of country, a little bit of Americana, a little bit of pop. But primarily it's singer-songwriters. With like James Taylor or Ed Sheeran or John Prine or Bob Dylan. And then the newer era of musicians in that genre. On my playlist, we've got three categories of artists. People you know, my music, and independent music. Those three categories of artists. What else do we've got? I've got inspiring songs. This is one of my newer, more favorite playlists. This is like pop music, some house music, some rock and roll. It's my upbeat, energized playlist where if it's the BPMs are faster, it's going on that. Or if it just feels like it's uplifting. So if you're having a bad day, inspiring songs is for you. What else we got? Oh, how many followers? 1,501 followers on Inspiring Songs. The next one I want to talk about is called Feel Good Country Songs. This one has 1,131 followers right now. And this is similar to Inspiring Songs, but only in the genre of country music. So it's feel good, upbeat, great production, usually faster, lighter on the content side as far as like seriousness, and it feels good. So if you're into country music, you need to check out Feel Good Country Songs. On the flip side, we have healing country songs, which is also in the country genre, but it's slower BPMs. So it's more of a relaxed listen, if you will. More like indie country, like Zach Bryan or Casey Musgraves. And more of your hometown, down-tempo kind of relaxed feeling. So that's called Healing Country Songs, and it has 1,056 followers. The next one I want to tell you about is Healing Americana Songs, which has 1,221 followers. This is a little closer to my heart because it reminds me of all the festival bands that I used to play with. So Healing Americana Songs is more about like the festival scene, live music. If I hear a banjo in a new submission, it's pretty much going on Healing Americana. Or a fiddle, Healing Americana. unless it's like super high quality production, it might go on Feel Good Country Songs, which is a little more like Nashville based. Yeah, I would say Feel Good Country Songs is more of my like industry country playlist, whereas Healing Americana Songs is more like my boots on the ground, uh, music festival, outdoors, live playing playlist. So the production value might not be as high, but maybe the banjo playing's a little better. If you're a banjo player in Nashville, no offense, but you get my point. There are amazing banjo players in Nashville and fiddle players. Come on. What else we got here? Calming Acoustic. This playlist has 1,388 followers on it and is more of my like calming acoustic. So it's indie folk. Sometimes I put acoustic instrumentals on this. So if you're an instrumental player, calming acoustic is good for you. I also have another playlist called Beautiful Acoustic Songs, which is very similar and more instrumental. What else do we got here? I think that's enough for the playlist. You get the idea. I pretty much have a playlist for everyone. I'm even placing rap music on inspiring songs occasionally, or heavy rock songs on inspiring songs, or if it's good production value, if it's good performances, it's unique and it has great writing, I pretty much have a spot for it. So how do you submit to get on these playlists? This is how. You go to Submit Hub and you look for me. My artist account is Americana Country by singer-songwriter Kev Rowe. I'm also on Playlist Push if you're over there. I'm also on Sound Campaign and Groover. So if you're on any of those platforms, come find me, submit your music. If you're not on those platforms and you still want to listen to my music in this context on these playlists, just go to Spotify and look up Kev Rowe. And on my artist channel, you'll see at the bottom my artist playlists: coffee songs, inspiring songs, feel good country songs, healing Americana songs, and all the other ones are right there. If you're not on Spotify, you're on Apple Music, guess what? All my playlists are available on Apple Music too. You can just go to my artist channel on Apple Music and I'm right there. You'll see coffee songs, feel good country songs. YouTube, if you're a YouTube listener, go to my artist channel on YouTube, Kev Rowe, subscribe now. But go over to my playlists and you'll find all my playlists. They're all synced at the same time through Submit Hub. So when I add your song to my Spotify Coffee Songs playlist, automatically it goes to my Apple Music playlist called Coffee Songs and my YouTube music called Coffee Songs. Whew, that was a lot to remember. Yes, they're all synced and they all remain live and active together. So I'm adding songs and removing songs all the time to these playlists. So they're definitely relevant. I mean, I work on them every day. Brand new songs and old classic songs. So back to doing what you love. I mean, could I ask for a better job than this? This is incredible. Like, I get to listen to music all day and then shut off my computer and play my acoustic for 2 hours and continue to write songs. Or just like make my own music. So yeah, super happy with life. Thanks for watching this video. Bye.